I'm on the Sarah Baartman steps here at UCT, where the EFF, of course, is celebrating its 10-year anniversary, which is happening on Saturday. This is one of many events that the party has been hosting over the last few weeks as we go to Saturday. Tonight, however, there is a little bit of a protest because the party, its keynote speaker tonight is somebody who's made a few controversial remarks in recent weeks. And to speak to me now to discuss this is the EFF National Chairperson, Ms. Veronica Mente. Ms. Mente, thank you so much for joining us tonight. How does the party reconcile its stance on the LGBTQ community with Professor Lumumba, who is speaking here tonight? I mean, of course, we know why the protesters are out here. We also know that your party embraces this community. So how do you reconcile the two?
Thank you very much for having us. There is a problematic thing we have in South Africa, that media will ask something which is not what you are doing. What you are doing here, we are having a build-up of the 10th anniversary. And in that 10th anniversary, we have lined up programs according to our planning and strategies of the EFF. And anything else that is outside that is none of our business, or it's none of our own doing. Number two, the people responsible for what is happening in terms of the LGBTQI is not us as the EFF. Us as the EFF, you know very well what we stand for. We stand for anything that is going to protect the rights of everyone. Human rights and the LGBTQI rights cannot be separated, and we still remain the same, and we maintain that the protection and the defense of the LGBTQI community should be upheld, and everyone else who seeks to harm or hinder any progress of people who have to live their lives the way they see fit should never be entertained.
Ms. Mente, when I asked you my first question, I did preface it by saying I know what your party stance is and how you do embrace this community. So I'm not saying that you have changed your stance as a party. However, the professor who is speaking here tonight has made remarks which has upset this community. All I want to know is, I know you said the issues are separate, but how can somebody who has made the utterances that he has stand there and speak at an EFF event when we know that you have been speaking and fighting in defense of this community?
There's nothing we can answer ourselves on behalf of other people. We do not answer on behalf of Professor Lumumba's personal views. We only deal with issues that are of national importance and to build and pave a way forward, especially in the Pan-Africanism level. So whatever Professor Lumumba said in his personal capacity, people must ask President Lumumba, what did he mean about that? And secondly, the president who had signed that law was here in South Africa. No one was in the union buildings. No one was here in Parliament. No one was at the airport when he landed. And that was made clear that he is coming here. So why was Museveni not taken to task? Why do you want us to be responsible for other things that we are not responsible for? We are building an organization that embraces everyone. We are building an organization that has a program of action. And we're not going to allow anyone to tell us our program of action must be changed simply because of views, and views that are not even tested. Because those are Twitter things that have been said on Twitter. They are not tested anywhere. And no one, in fact, has even taken the professor on task to say, what exactly were you meaning about that? And for us to be said now we must account for things that we don't know is really not, is uncalled for. It's really not fair.
Ma'am, so tell me, on what basis did the EFF invite the professor here? Is there a specific theme under which he's going to be speaking tonight?
As we all know, Professor Lumumba is an advocacy, advocating for the rights of Africans. He is advocating for the development and the economy of the continent. He is advocating for the One Africa. And for that, we invited him. It's not the first time he's going to be addressing the EFF, by the way. When we were in COVID, the EFF had a program on books and had a program on different titles and subjects that we were dealing with. Professor Lumumba addressed some of those subjects and addressed the entire globe through online methods where he was addressing the issue of Pan-Africanism, addressing all the other issues that are affecting the people, in particular of the continent. So I do not understand why people now want us to account as to why he's coming here. There is no criteria for anyone. If ever you are an African, and if you are in the advocacy of making sure that Africa is uniting and Africa is regaining its strength and developing, we are with that person.
Ms. Mente, thank you so much for your time. I'll catch up with you later on. That was the national chairperson of the EFF, who of course is celebrating its 10-year anniversary, and this is one of the events leading up to the big celebrations on Saturday. With me now, I have... they're not here anymore. I had a few ladies from the other side of the protest who I was hoping to speak to, but they seem to have left now. We are going to be catching up with them as well. I think they've been asked to go down the steps, yes, they're at the bottom, but we will be catching up with them later on as well, just to find out what their views are and why they are here tonight to protest. As you heard, the national chairperson said that the party cannot be held responsible for the views of someone else who has been asked to speak at an EFF event tonight. But we will catch up with the other side of the protest line. One of your members was assaulted. What went down there?
The EFF is just so angry with us being there, coming out and being loud and proud. We are not fighting, we are not doing anything. The only thing that we are saying is don't be two-faced. The EFF 3 months ago marched with us to the Ugandan embassy, saying they did not support the anti-homosexuality bill. But what is coming to us right now is they are now supporting and calling Patrick Lumumba to come inside. And we are only just saying it's not okay, it's not fair. Tell us which side of the coin you are in than for us to be there and you saying you are in solidarity with us and calling someone that doesn't even want to be part of the LGBTIQ community. Westmore, he is the one who's supporting people to be killed. Our siblings in Uganda are suffering. They are foreigners, they are refugees in their own country because of Patrick Lumumba. Our community members, our siblings in Kenya Kakuma camp, they are being assaulted each and every time. Transphobia is happening every time. Biphobia is happening every time. And now we are saying, come, let's celebrate our 10 years as EFF. And tell us, where are you?
Okay. I just want to speak to your comrade over here. She was one of the people who were assaulted. You were standing right behind me earlier on. That mark on your face, did that happen up there?
No, it didn't happen up there. I came like this. However, I was shoved. A man who was twice my size barreled into me, and a lady who I didn't know, an older lady, kicked me. She kicked me here and here. I have witnesses, people who saw. Everything happened. I was assaulted multiple times by EFF members, and all I'm trying to do is stand up for the rights of queer children. They shouldn't have to worry about their lives every day.
When I spoke to the national chairperson of the EFF earlier and I asked her these questions, she said that the EFF cannot be held, you know what their stance is, but they cannot be held responsible for the professor and his beliefs. What do you say about that?
You can't choose to partner up with someone who has homophobic beliefs and then distance yourself from those beliefs. If you really distance yourself from those beliefs, you wouldn't have hired him. There are many black academics, many black learned individuals who could have spoken, many individuals who support the queer cause. He wasn't the only one. They could have chosen another person.
Thank you so much for your time. Well, there you have it. The LGBTQ community, of course, up in arms, not very happy. And on top of that, they say that they have been assaulted by EFF members at the top of the staircase. What I do know is that these people were chased down and there was a little bit of an altercation here earlier on. But we are going to be here for the rest of the evening, and of course we will be coming to you live with the address tonight, as well as whatever will be happening outside